Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today, let's do another Liliac reaction and to their original stuff with the song Dancing in the Dark. Now, I just picked this one out of a hat, out of all the original songs and recommendations you guys gave me, so it should be interesting. It's actually, again, quite a short song. What we did with Nothing as well was a shorter song. Let's see how it goes. I've so far liked everything I've heard from them, so I can't imagine that I wouldn't like this. So let's see what we got here. Different beginning.
Always strong enough to fight. Can we see the rising sun? Are we free? I would never let you go. Is there hope? Is there hope to stop the pain? Slip away.
Wow, this is very different for Liliac, and it never ceases to surprise me how talented and how diverse this band is at such, I mean, I shouldn't say at such a young age. You know, there's Beatles also were pretty young when they first began, but I don't know, they just seem a little bit ahead of their years with their songwriting and understanding of music and just everything kind of. And I can't help it but think I play a lot of video games. Melody and Abigail is like player 1 and player 2 with their red and blue hair.
And we will meet again. Lost in the night, we can't see the other side. Fall in your arms, my reflections in your eyes. Look upon the stars and now dancing in the dark. Up in the sky, can you see the light? Or is the light at all? Are we safe? Are we safe from a broken heart? Is our love dead or alive? I can't breathe, there's no harmony, and I know that's understood. But I'm happy, even if I'm not there with you. I won't slip away. And we will meet again. Lost in the night, we can't see the
I would say this is a more, like in this song they kind of stepped away from, I would say, the roots kind of, not even stepped away from the roots, they stepped away from that 80s and 70s metal and did a more, I would say, modern song. I would say this is a very, very modern song with more traditional sensibilities, whereas the other songs were kind of mirroring the Dio, Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, you know, Judas Priest kind of like era. And whereas here it's kind of like stepping into their own kind of sound, I would say, you know, more modern rock heavy metal sound. I think they tread almost the line of being heavy metal and rock, because, you know, hard rock, they're somewhere in there in the middle.
other side. Fall in your arms, my reflections in your eyes. Look upon the stars and now dancing in the dark. Up in the sky, can you see the light? Or is the light at all?
You know, the one thing that's always constant with this band, like for example, this song didn't immediately click with me, but I like it. I think still out of the original stuff that I heard, Nothing and Mars are probably my two favorite. But what's undeniable about them is their genuine kind of energy and genuine love for this music, which you can hear in their songwriting. It's always a pleasure to see. Actually, I believe it's Sam. I'm sorry if I forgot the guitarist Sam. He always just also has this kind of like, it's him and Melody. They have this kind of very commanding presence on stage, and Abigail's energy and how she kind of really gets into the drumming. And I always forget the two boys on bass and keyboards. I think I've said this before. If we think that they're good now, in like 5 to 10 years, they're just going to be on a different level, because they're already writing very interesting music. It's not, you know what it is? It's just, if you asked me, would I listen to this outside of doing YouTube? Probably not. But at the same time, when I hear it here, I'm always having a good time and enjoying it. And it's somebody I would want to follow just to see how they progress and grow. That's always been the case with me. For example, Tool is another band like that. I've listened to albums of Tool, but I don't exactly follow everything they release and not necessarily listen to everything they've done. But it's always been an interesting trajectory to see them progress from when they first started, like in the late 90s, to what they do now, right? It'll be interesting to see these guys kind of progress. I think, I don't know if they need a second. I would like to see a second guitarist in this band. I feel like they would also unlock their kind of I know at some point the boy that plays on the bass, he used to play guitar, and Melody used to play bass until they kind of switched their kind of arrangement and decided they need only one guitar. I would love to also hear more of the keyboard in their songs. It's present in some songs, but I would like to be put it a little bit more front and center, sort of like Nightwish does with their music. But overall, this was yeah, I'm having kind of like a jumbled reaction to this, because it's very unexpected what I heard. Even based on how much of these guys have already been listening to and reacting to, it's very unexpected and very different. And I think as I let it process and re-listen to this song kind of multiple times, I see it growing on me more and more. But something like Nothing and Mars automatically connected with me from the beginning. So that's where kind of the differences lie. I would like to know what your guys' reaction was to this particular song. And again, more recommendations from them so I can get a better understanding. I think I'm going to start focusing a little bit more on their original material, because I want to see what they're all about with their music that they've released so far. Is this from the first album, second album? I'm not sure. But again, it's quality music, but just because I didn't connect with it automatically, you know, I have the foresight to understand the good quality of it that's being produced here. Anywho, I'm kind of jabbling and just talking nonstop here. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you enjoyed this reaction, let me know down below what you thought, and leave a comment, subscribe for more. Keep it metal. Have a good one.